Eric, can you hear me? I think we're live in here.
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. Let's see if the attendees load. There they are. What's up, guys? Just turn on my screen share here. Your screen. All right, guys, what's up? Hello, MD. Gonna give it a couple of minutes, guys, just so we're aware. There's I think a 5-second delay between the chat and what I see. So just so we know. A couple of notes before we begin, guys. If it ever says you're disconnected, just reload the web browser, all right? I'll mention that again once kind of everybody pops in here. You're welcome, Carl. So who's ready to get 50,000 bucks? I know I am. Providing opportunities. Opportunity to get funded with $50,000, opportunity to trade. Leveraging your account, leveraging other people's monies is, really what makes. Look at the richest traders in the world, billionaire hedge fund traders. Whose money do they use? Their own? They only use their own money when they make so much money that they can't even borrow anybody else's. So you got to start, leverage other people's capital. All right, guys, 7 o'clock here, Chicago, 8 o'clock, New York. Welcome, welcome. I'm super excited to have you. Hope you're excited to be here. Before we begin, why don't you guys just let me know where you guys are from. Let me know, what you trade, if you've never traded. You name it, you let me know. Just tell me where you're from and tell me if you trade. If you traded today, hopefully you made some good dough. A lot of good moves in oil, gold, the Russell, S&P, Ecuador. Welcome, Michael, all the way from another country. Last time I did this webinar, I believe we had all 5 continents covered. Well, I guess all 5 major continents. Right. There was nobody from Antarctica. Never traded future stocks from Florida. Cool. All right, guys. Major League, I have to read over just a risk disclaimer. You got to understand the trading involves risk. Number one, important. A couple things of advice: don't trade with your rent money. Don't trade with your grocery money. Don't trade with any money you can't afford to lose. Major League Trading is a provider of education. We are not registered financial advisors. Please read this carefully. Feel free to take a screenshot if you don't agree with any of the terms or provisions. You can leave the webinar immediately. Please be advised that your continued use of this site of the products or information provided thereby indicate your consent and agreement to our terms and conditions. Major League Trading may express or utilize testimonials or descriptions of past performance, but such items are not indicative of future results or performance or any representation, warranty, or guarantee that any result will be obtained by you. Your results are going to differ materially than those expressed and utilized by Major League Trading due to a number of factors. Okay, guys, got to go ahead and read that through. And then we will begin. Fun stuff. Legal stuff is over. MLT students from all over the world. Some of you guys might already be one of my students. And if you are, cowabunga, happy to have you here. It's pretty crazy. I actually had this map made by my web guy, and I was like, can you calculate all of the people who have gone through my programs? And he pulled the data from my site, and just look at this. I was pretty amazed to have such a global reach. So from you guys who are from either a different continent, a different country, I mean, seeing some of these on here is pretty amazing. The Middle East, Africa, South America, Latin America, North America, Asia, Australia, Europe, obviously. Pretty insane. So welcome. You guys are part of this journey. So my first question to you guys, what are your goals in trading? Before we get into this, you have to have an idea. Why do you want to trade? Now, you can either, tell me in the chat, write it down yourself. Just write down 4 or 5 goals that you want to accomplish with trading. That can be income. Maybe you want to travel the world. Maybe you want to provide for your family. Maybe you don't want to work for the man your entire life. Whatever those goals are, share those with me. Let me know so I understand. And you also have to understand your own motivation, because if you're going to put time, you're going to put sweat into making this work, then you have to, be very aware of what your goals should be. So the biggest problems that newer traders have, and I've worked with a lot of newer traders. I know the issues that they come across. And it's basically, number one is limited trading education, lack of mentorship and guidance. A lot of people, when they first start trading, they assume that they open up a Robinhood account, read a book, and, check out a couple YouTube videos that they got this. They never do a deep dive into a mentorship. They never do a deep dive into guidance. They never follow through with any of that, which is, number one, a big problem for traders, because they don't want to commit to that. Number two, and this happens a lot with people who are working currently. Many of you are probably currently have some sort of a job or some sort of income, whether it's your own business or you're working. That limits your trading hours. And if you're trading stocks, which most people, the first thing I'll tell you right now, the first thing I ever bought related to the stock market was stocks, because that's kind of the first thing you ever think about when you think about trading. Stocks have limited trading hours, and that's basically from 9:30 in the morning New York time to about 4 p.m. So if you work a 9 to 5, that means you're going to be probably trading from your phone while you're working, and your boss might fire you. Not a good situation. Some people don't work 9 to 5s, but still, when you're trading stocks, there's limited trading hours. So people aren't able to really give their attention when they need to be giving their attention. So that's an issue. And then number 3, which I think can be one of the biggest ones, is a lot of traders do not have access to sufficient capital, which makes them fund smaller accounts. So a lot of traders will fund accounts with, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, even $10,000. And $10,000, maybe even $25,000, that's a good amount of money to start trading with. But you have to ask yourself, are you going to replace your income? Are you going to even be able to create a sustainable income with $2,000, $1,000, $5,000? Realistically not. You're most likely just going to be a hobby trader. Okay, so you're going to be a hobby trader. And if your goals are either to, 1, replace income, 2, quit your job, 3, travel, or any of those above, you need to have sufficient capital to trade. Otherwise, you're going to have a small account, and you're going to most likely over leverage that account to compensate for the ideal income that you wish to achieve. And that could be a really big downfall when you first start trading. So you have to realize, compare your goals to the issues that might come on the way, because trading isn't a cinch, right? You're not just going to open up a brokerage account, but I got this, time to quit my job, bought my first Bitcoin, gonna double next month. Like, that's just not how it works. So I want to explain to you kind of about my goals when I started. Number one, my goal when I started was to be able to trade for a living. Number two, this is kind of developed a little bit later, but I wanted to be able to back other traders and also educate traders. So not only to provide them with an opportunity to learn from me, but to provide them with an opportunity to trade capital that would be able to significantly improve their life. If you take a profitable trader that's trading his own money on $5,000, and then you give him 50 grand to work with, that can change somebody's life, which is really cool. So number three, I wanted to use my gains to reinvest in other opportunities, getting involved in real estate, startups, and even just helping out friends and family, although those aren't necessarily investments that I expect the financial return, but just being able to help out other people. And then number four, I wanted to create a geographically neutral job to pursue the lifestyle I want anywhere in the world. This was one of my main things when I got into trading. I got into trading at a fairly young age, bought my first stock when I was 15 years old. People always ask me, what made you want to get into that? Well, I'm like, I knew and I understood from a young age that if you could trade, you could work from anywhere in the world with an internet connection. I mean, you're not going to work in the middle of the Andes Mountains with no Wi-Fi, but realistically speaking, any modern city in almost every single country is all connected to the internet, and you can pick up your laptop and move your lifestyle to the destination of your desire. And that is exactly what I'm going to be doing here at the beginning of November. I'm moving to Costa Rica for 4 months. I live in Chicago right now, and I've finally come to the conclusion that I do not want to spend another winter in Chicago. I love my family. I love where I live. I love all of my friends. My life is fantastic. But I'm young. I want to explore. So I'm picking up a surfboard, moving to Costa Rica for 4 months. And this is all because I work on the internet. So with all that being said, the opportunity to share what I do with like-minded people like you guys. So if you're here right now, I can tell you I might not know who you are, but I can tell you a few things about you. Number one, you're dedicated because here you are showing up 7 o'clock at night to learn. So I can already tell you that you are a dedicated person. This is something that you are interested in. And you are the exact type of people that I want to be able to reach out to and help, because I have been through the ringer. I know exactly what it's like to be in your position, whatever it is. My last job that I got a paycheck from somebody else outside of trading related, I was a pizza delivery driver. Before that, I worked at Quiznos. Before that, I worked at Panera Bread. I was, your average kid growing up working some pretty undesirable jobs, but I didn't want that for my future. So with all that being said, I've been able to kind of wrap this up into what I've concluded to be basically this a 3-step journey to trading, to becoming and achieving all of those goals you have written down, those 4 or 5 goals you've written down. And if you didn't write them down now, because you have to stay motivated throughout this entire process. This is what you got to do. 1, 2, 3 steps. Okay. There's obviously subsections of these steps, but this is the basics. Number one, if you've never traded before, you have to learn the basics. Simply put, you have to understand the markets. You have to understand the lingo. You have to understand charts. You have to understand a little software. That's all basic stuff, but you're ready to commit here. You're ready to learn something new, because if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? Next year? Figure it out in 5 years? Figure it out in 10? Time is passing by at a faster and faster rate, guys. All of us are getting older. Nobody's getting younger. Making moves today is important. So learning the basics is step 1. Number 2 is mastering strategies that are going to lead you to a successful position. Technical strategies, understanding what markets you should be trading, how to pick entries and exit levels, risk management. All of that's included on like the day-to-day trading grind. What do you need to know? What do you need to see? What's going to make you get in the market? What's going to make you a profitable trader? That's step 2. Once you master those strategies, it's time to scale. Trading is like any other business. The goal is to scale and scale as quickly as possible. If you do not scale as quickly as possible, you will be doing the same thing week after week or year after year. If you start with $5,000 and you cannot scale that up, you will be trading $5,000 for 5 years. That is not the goal. The goal is not to trade $5,000 for 5 years. The goal is to jump in and trade $50,000, scale it to 100, scale it to 200, scale that to 400, and then scale that to $1 million as fast as possible. That is what's going to change your life. Now, some people are complacent trading $5,000 for the rest of their life because they really don't want to be traders, but other people are looking to actually make changes in their life. And so we have created basically a 3-step journey to cover every single one of these steps. Basics of trading, strategies for trading, and then putting you in a situation to get funded and have capital to trade with that can actually change your life. So this is called our MLT Pro Trader program. I'm Jack Leeson, business partners Eric Marcus, and we are the co-founders of Major League Trading, and we are the main instructors of this course. We also have 4 special guest instructors, some of which have actually been trading longer than I've been alive. They are going to add value on things like understanding risk management, understanding the emotions that you are going to be covering when you're trading. We have 4 special instructors that are going to cover absolutely everything to make sure that you guys know everything you need to know about trading. All right. So the first step of this course is, a few of you had mentioned you've never traded before. That's okay. This is what this part of the program is about. Now, if you have traded before and maybe you think you know everything, I guarantee even in this section of the course, I will teach you something new. If you've only traded stocks and you've never heard of futures, right now I'm going to explain to you what futures are and why you should be trading them. We're going to be covering this stuff in step 1. What is futures trading? Who here has, I know a couple people have mentioned they traded futures, but who here has not? And don't feel like you need to be embarrassed if you never traded futures or if you've never heard of them. That's okay. That's what this is about. I'm here to teach you. You're here to learn. If I wasn't teaching you anything new, this would be completely worthless. Futures trading may sound complicated to anyone who's never heard of it, but in my opinion, it's actually pretty simple. One of the big benefits about futures trading is you can actually be taxed at a lower rate than a stock trader. So say we have 2 stock traders. We got stock trader Bob and futures trader Karen. So stock trader Bob makes $1 million his first year, and stock trader Karen makes $1 million too. Stock trader Karen, or I should say futures trader Karen, is going to be taxed at a lower rate. So Karen, because she trades futures, is going to take home more income than Bob because Bob trades stocks. So if you're going to be good at anything, if you're going to be good at trading, you might as well be good at trading the products where you can take home the most money. That's a huge advantage. Another big advantage, guys, the markets are open basically 23 hours a day. What does that mean? Well, it means you could trade right now if you wanted to. It means you could trade at 4 a.m. in the morning if you wanted to. It means you can move to Bali, Indonesia, and trade on that time zone because the markets are open there too. So that's the really cool part. This is basically taking away from those time limits that stock traders have. Now, not only are stock traders taxed at a high rate, but they only have like a few, less than half the time, even a third of the time that futures traders have to take advantage of opportunities. So when you're learning, it's important that you're able to kind of take advantage, especially in the evenings if you currently have a job or maybe you're working late. Maybe you're a business owner and you are grinding, working 10, 12 hours a day, and you can only spend 2 hours trading futures, and that's at 10 and 11 o'clock at night. Well, the market's going to be open then. Huge, huge advantage. Now, you guys ever heard of the floor? It's a picture of the floor. It's kind of iconic. Basically, the CME, which is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, is where all futures really got popular. And this is a picture of the CME floor back in the day. Now, traders on the CME floor used to literally trade with their hands. Could you imagine that? I'm talking hand signals. Looks like a bunch of gang signs flashing back and forth. I agree with the price. I'm shouting across the room, filled with people, and everybody's filled with testosterone, yelling and screaming, and they all sound like, they just spent the last 3 weeks at a bar in, Tijuana or something, chain smoking cigarettes. That is completely dead now. At least the floor is. However, that's because everything has moved online, right? Just like the evolution of technology from the computer that we call a phone, it's actually a computer. It's moved online, and that's why futures trading, like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, you really had to have a seat on the floor, which means you actually had to physically be in the location of the CME to trade them, or you had a broker, which were really, really expensive because they would literally phone it in to the guys on the floor who would place your orders. That has all been eliminated. Technology has moved life forward, and now we can do this from the comfort of our homes. So phase 2 is about teaching you everything you need to know about trading this product. You can see we have broken down all of the sections. We talk about mindset, how to remain persistent, limiting beliefs, and then we move into goal setting. And these are really important. It sounds kind of cheesy, guys, but your health is your wealth. We talk about limiting distractions and go through a step-by-step process to make this as easy of a transition as possible from your current state of life to where you want to be. Really, the most important section right here is risk management, guys. Risk management is the number one things traders completely ignore when they first begin trading because it isn't typically taught. First thing that's taught is technical analysis. It's like, hey, look at this candle. We got a head and shoulders. Here's a breakout. Look, it's so easy. That's not true. Guys, risk management is number one. Understanding how to use stop losses, understanding execution risk, software risk, correlation risk. All of these topics are covered to, before you even know they're going to be a problem, we cover them so they don't become a problem. Like I said, risk management is number one. What separates good traders from bad traders? Does anybody know what separates the best traders from the worst traders? Risk management, you've probably heard the statistic that 90% of day traders will fail to make money. These failures are the result of trading with a lack of education and an inability to manage risk. These are avoidable failures, in my opinion, and this is the most important thing you will learn from step 1 of the MLT Pro Trader program. We want you to be very clear on how to manage your position sizing. Because if you can manage the downside, the upside will come. Unless you're just an absolutely terrible trader, then it probably won't come. But the biggest thing is traders will have, I've seen traders have 6, 7 wins in a row and then give it all back in one trade because they cannot keep losses small. And if you cannot keep losses small, you cannot trade. Risk management is really stressed as part of this program, guys. Being a good loser is actually what makes a good trader. And by that, I mean being able to lose, because every single day, if you're a day trader and you're taking, 5 to 8, maybe 10 trades a day, you're going to lose some of those trades. And that's okay. Losing is a part of trading. Just like playing baseball in the major leagues, those guys, they lose games, they still make millions of dollars. You have to lose games. It's an inevitable part of success. There is no such thing as a system that is right 100% of the time. It absolutely does not exist, and it doesn't need to exist to actually be a profitable trader once you understand risk to reward, because every trade carries risk, and that is the one thing that we can control. So me and you, when we walk into the room and we say, hey, I want to place a bet, I'm only willing to risk $100. That is the maximum amount you are willing to lose. You're not going to go to the guy in Vegas and be like, hey, you know what? I'm only going to risk $100, but I'm going to give you 200 in case I want to place more later. No, that's not managing risk. Every trade has a potential profit target and a potential area where you'll get stopped out and you are wrong on the trade. So this is your basic risk management here. I'm risking $100 to make $200 every trade. So if I want to, say, make $2,000, say I'm risking $1,000. So my risk reward is skewed. So I can be wrong twice in a row. The third trade I hit, I'm break even. Okay, so every trade needs to have a risk reward ratio in your favor. If I look at a chart and then I ask myself, if this works, is this trade going to be a $200 winner? Or is there too much resistance above and the probability of me getting that $200 is not there? If the answer is no, and I can't get, if I'm correct, $200 per every $100 of risk, then I'm not taking the trade. I'm walking away from the table. I'm waiting for another setup. I'm waiting for another trade. The market is constantly open. I do not need to rush my trades, and you don't either. Okay, so here's a little table. Break it down. Basically, on the left-hand side, we have your risk-reward ratio. So if you have 1 unit of risk, 1 unit of reward, 1 unit of risk, 2 units of reward, 1 unit of risk, 3 units of reward, you get the point. And then these are the percentages you need to be hitting your trades in order to be profitable. Now, if you're risking $100 to make 100, you need to be profitable 60% of the time. Let's flip that script and go to that magic 2-to-1 number I just talked about. So if I'm risking $100 to make $200, I can be profitable winning 40% of my trades. Now, if we flip that down to a 3-to-1, I can be profitable winning 30% of my trades. 4-to-1, break even at 20%. If you got a 5-to-1 risk-reward ratio, you can be hitting 20% of your trades and still be profitable. It's kind of amazing when you break it down like that. So the higher the risk-reward is, the lower number of times you need to be right. And this is all the stuff that traders really need to understand when they go in, guys. It's about consistency and base hits. It's not necessarily about individual large trades that are going to make you a successful trader. It's about consistency and base hits and being able to walk in every single day, place trades, and have a positive edge. Okay, so let me show you an example. This is a picture of the S&P 500 futures market. If anybody's ever heard of that. So everybody or anybody who's traded stocks probably have heard of the S&P 500 or the ETF called the SPY. It's a basket of the 500 largest stocks, and there is a futures contract that is a derivative of the S&P 500. So it basically tracks the movement of all 500 stocks combined. Each point of the S&P 500 is worth $50 when you are trading a futures contract. That means for every point it goes up and you're long, you're making 50, and every point it goes down and you're long, you're losing $50. Now you can flip the script and you can actually, trade from the short side, and when it goes down a point, you can make 50. It just depends on what side of the market you're on. In this example, I have this is called the halfway back strategy. It's basically a low drawn to a high divided by 2 to come up with an entry point. That's this blue level right here. This is a simple Fibonacci retracement. In this case, a 4-point target equals $200. So 4 times 50, 200, right? So if I only want to risk 100, that means my stop has to be 2 points. So if my entry is here, my target for $200 is here. My stop needs to be here. This is a trade example of risking $100 to make $200, okay? I can be wrong on this trade twice, hit the third trade, and I am back to where I started. No progress, but also you're not getting beat. So that's really the key, is just having that risk-reward ratio in your favor and then waiting for those setups. So this would just be an example of, an order placed to buy, and then you're just waiting for the market to either move against you or hopefully your direction. All right. Sometimes the best trade is no trade. A lot of traders feel like they need to constantly be in the market. You need to be in a position. You're at your desk. You're trading. Should I be in something? Not true. Not true at all, guys. Sometimes the best position is cash. The market could be moving sideways. It could be a low volatility day. The market is the best. You know what the best part about 3-day weekends when it comes to trading, like Labor Day weekend, Memorial Day weekend? For traders, we call them 4-day weekends. We call them 4-day weekends because the Friday before the 3-day weekend, almost all traders take off. The markets are super slow. So, if you become a trader, one of the benefits that you can look forward to is 3-day weekends become 4-day weekends, because most likely speaking, the Friday before a 3-day weekend, the best position is cash. It's not a lot of opportunity. Not a lot of traders are at their desks. This happens especially around Christmas time, New Year's. You got an extra day to cure yourself from your hangover, whatever your situation is, spend with family, etc. And being aware of the patience that is involved with trading. A lot of it is actually just analyzing the markets and waiting for your setup, waiting for your opportunity, waiting for what is your edge. It's huge. So for those of you guys who are traders, and you're here right now, and for those of you guys who aren't, you can practice this. I want you to get better at risk management today, right here, right now. I want you to take this little mini lesson away and do exactly what I'm about to tell you to do. And you can do it on a demo account. In fact, I recommend you do it on a demo account. Unless you're already trading profitably, then do whatever you want. Only allow yourself to trade 5 trades in a day. Okay. So from, say, this point right now, as I'm talking, what is it, 7:30 Chicago, to tomorrow at 7:30, give yourself 5 trades. All right. No more. You can go less, but I would say try to do 5. This means you have to be very selective about what you're willing to trade. Therefore, you only are going to trade the best, and you can leave the rest. Forget about it. Forget about it. All right. You do not need to trade 37 times a day to be a profitable trader. Okay. You can take less trades, be more selective and patient, and come out with the better outcome than somebody who is over trading. So what I want you to do is set yourself up with 5 trades. Okay. Make your risk $100. And like I said, if you can do this on a simulated account, risk $100 to make 200. So each trade you're getting into, you want to risk 100 to potentially make 200. So if you lose 3 times, you're going to be coming out on top. It's going to be okay. You can win 2 times. You're going to be coming out on top. So tomorrow you can do this. You can take it 5 times. You lose 3. You're going to come up. That's pretty cool. Okay. You're going to actually lose more than you win, and you will still make money. All right. But you have to only take A quality setups. I want you to focus on the 5-minute setup. So that's intraday. So we're going to have a larger number of occurrences, and also print out the markets before you trade them. Now, I'm not saying you should do this every day unless you got like a hyper inkjet printer that just hyper inkjet printer 3000 that just can spit out pages because you're going to run through a lot of ink. But just do this once. Pick those levels in advance. Draw up those support and resistance levels. You can even pick 5 or 6 markets to trade. 1 trade each market doesn't matter, or 5 markets or 5 trades on the same market. But you should be able to say, yes, that's a great setup. It was worth taking the trade. Even if you lose, you can look back and say, you know what, I would have took that trade again. Some trades aren't going to work out in your favor. Some trades are. That's why it's a huge benefit to plan your trades so you can then not be mad at yourself like an impulse trade. A lot of people get into impulse trading. They see a move, they feel like they need to jump on it, and they end up catching the high and the market moves against it. You have to really be in tune with your strategy to be doing that stuff. So guys, that's basically some of the stuff we're going to be covering here in the step 1, this MLT Pro Trader program. Step 2 is we're going to be moving into the strategies that I use to trade, that Eric uses to trade. Eric's going to be teaching a little something special. Maybe I'll bring him on later to show you guys that. But we're going to be talking about trend trading, okay, how to identify the trend. I'm going to be talking about trading with my pinch indicator, custom indicator I have built that helps me to determine the momentum of the trade. We're going to be talking about my Fibonacci strategy. For those of you guys who've either been in my trade room or seen some of my videos on YouTube, maybe you know what I'm talking about there. But basically, it's all a math-based instrument to predetermine entry and exit levels. We're going to go over Eric's divergence and level to level. And then we're going to go into goal setting, guys. I asked you to set your goals at the beginning of this presentation, but I really want to help you not only learn how to trade, but I want to help you, begin to get your stuff together. Focus on your health, focus on your scheduling, limiting your distractions. I'm going to give you guys a couple of different tools I use for that. We're going to be talking about journaling, why that's important, how to gather your data, how to make it effective, how to apply that data. And then step 3 is where the good stuff is. So once we just kind of indoctrinate you into the MLT Pro Trader system, once we indoctrinate you into all of the basic things that you're going to need to know, you're taking lessons, you're taking notes, you're excited, you're ready to start something new, then you move into the strategies. You're learning the strategies. You're practicing on a demo account. You're ready to rock. You got this. It's time to step up. We're going into the combine. This is the next phase here, guys. We got $50,000 on the table up for grabs for any trader that can complete our trading combine. The rules of the combine, phase 1, are trade a minimum of 5 days. We're not talking a 6-month training program here, okay? It's a minimum of 5 days. Now, within that 5 days, you have a couple of rules that you have to follow. Number 1, you have to hit a $3,000 profit target, okay? Number 2, you can only trade 5 lots. So that's 5 S&P futures contracts. That could be 5 oil contracts. That could be 5 gold contracts, whatever. We'll go over the market selection in a bit, but you can only trade 5 contracts. You cannot trade more than that. Then number 3, don't draw down. Okay, this is a big one. It's very important for us and through this testing process for you not to lose more money than you make. Right? So, if we're going to provide you with capital, shouldn't be losing our capital. So we want to make sure that you don't lose more than $1,000 in a day. That is a rule. Do not lose more than $1,000 in a week. Slowly creep your way up. I don't care if you're making $200 a day and it takes you 3 weeks. That's fine. With 5 S&P futures contracts, if you literally, this is a unrealistic hypothetical statement, but if you bought the low of the S&P 500 today and sold the high, you would have made somewhere with 5 contracts. I think you would have made like 6 or 7 grand today alone. Now, nobody ever buys the low and sells the high, but just to kind of put in perspective, if you bought the low today and sold the high with 5 contracts, you would have made about $6,000 or $7,000 today. Okay, today was a big move. Those are really some of the rules here. Phase 1. I want to explain to you guys how, basically how many points you have to trade profitably to hit that goal. So we have a couple of different markets up here. These are the markets that are most actively trading. We have the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Russell, the Dow, oil, and gold. So each one of these is a different market, and each one of these has a certain point value. So if you get 12 points on 5 contracts, that's 12 points per contract, not 12 points total. So 5 contracts, 12 points apiece, that'll be $3,000. 5 contracts in the NASDAQ, 30 points, $3,000. Russell, 12 points, $3 grand. The Dow, 120 points, $3,000. Oil, 60 points, $3,000. And gold, 6 points, $3,000. Okay, so gold is actually, and they're all, that's because these markets are all different sizes. But basically speaking, I just want to kind of give you guys this example. This is what it comes down to. Your $3,000 goal, if you can hit that, you got this. As long as you're not drawing down on your account or breaking the rules, you can make this happen. All right. In 2018, 583 traders have been funded through our partners program. They make an average of $500 a week. You don't actually have to put your life savings in a trading account to make this happen. Huge deal. Huge deal. You do not have to go to your piggy bank for all that hard money you've worked for, because I know we all work hard for your money. Even if you're making $1 million a year, to be able to take other people's money and then leverage that to make profits for yourself is pretty incredible. To give you guys a visual representation of the profit scale you need to complete that combine. On the right-hand side, this is a 5-minute chart, okay? This time frame is I think this is 12 hours, okay? From this low to that high, that is 12 points, okay? And I just kind of drew this little box over here. That is $3,000. That is the profit goal. From that low to that high. We're not talking crazy, unrealistic moves to make this happen, guys. We're not talking crazy, unrealistic moves to make this happen. This is the NASDAQ. In fact, this box, I just highlighted this box, but this line here is the move from this move, and that's at 10:30 in the morning, looks like, maybe 10:25 to right before 11. So you're talking 30 minutes. That is the entire profit goal. So like I said, we're not talking, crazy, unrealistic profit goals. The big thing is managing risk. Don't let that happen to the downside, okay? That's why we're taking trades, risking 1 to make 2, and just doing it over and over and over again. All right? These are my phase 1 combine results. I went through this program myself. This is phase 1. There is 2 phases. I am currently in phase 2. The start was August 13th, so roughly a month ago here. You can see, I absolutely crushed this. I would say this is pretty good performance for me. 100% winning days. I completed it in 5 days. And basically my win percentage. These are the numbers you're going to be wanting to watch. You want your win. My win percentage right here was 71%. My average winning trade was larger than my average losing trade. This is all things we're going to be talking about in your program, how to get these numbers up. And on average, I made $2,246 per day. So that that's just like I said, I'm going through this program too. So I'm not putting you through something that I don't think is possible. Okay, these are all of the markets that you can trade. So somebody had asked in here, no Forex question mark. You can trade all of these Forex pairs. So they're actually futures, which are futures on Forex, which is a derivative of Forex. It is not technically Forex. It's a futures contract of Forex. But you have the Australian dollar, the British pound, the Canadian dollar, Euro dollar, Japanese yen, Swiss franc, mini euro. Then, if you are a farmer in the middle of Nebraska and you want to trade live cattle, you can do it. I don't personally trade live cattle. I've never traded live cattle, lean hogs. I've never traded wheat, but you can. Okay. If you are a trader who's going to be actively trading mostly in the evenings, it's blurry. Reload. If it's blurry for you, reload your page. Just click the reload button. That might stop it. This is not a recording, Daniel. Don't be rude. The E-mini S&P 500, okay, is the ES. Okay, so ES, you can trade the Nikkei. So anybody know what the Nikkei is? That's a Japanese market. So back to what I was talking about. If you trade in the evenings, guys, there's going to be markets that are going to be more active in the evening. That's the Nikkei. You know why? Because Japan is waking up when I'm going to bed. And so the euro, that's going to be opening up about like 2 a.m. You can trade the yen. Gold is like almost always moving because, people trade gold all over the world. But then we have, bonds, notes, etc. over here. So all of these products are available to trade. And depending on the time you're trading, like I said, I trade basically 6 markets: Russell, S&P, Dow, NASDAQ, gold, and oil. But there's so many options out here. You will find a product that you like and that works for you in the time zone that you want to trade. A couple of rules that I want to make you aware of that are part of this program. All positions must be closed before 3:10 p.m. All positions must be closed before 3:10 p.m. If you do not close your positions before 3:10 p.m., then you are going to break a rule. Okay, so that means you cannot swing trade. This is for day trading, just to be clear. You can go long or short, John. Doesn't matter. So basically what you're going to be doing is you're closing your positions by 3:10 Central, and then you can start trading up again at 5 o'clock, and that's Chicago time. I'm in Chicago. Our partners are in Chicago. So you can, start trading back up at 5 o'clock. Now, the asterisk on the previous page basically means like, all the agricultural futures, which is like cattle and wheat, which I don't recommend you trade, but you can. Those you have to close before 3:10 because they have a different schedule. Also, just be aware of holiday hours. They're few and far between. Like I said, traders like to call it the 4-day weekend on the 3-day weekend. But, if the market's closed at 12 o'clock on a Friday because of, say, Christmas tomorrow, you obviously have to close your position. So there's a schedule that will provide with you for anybody who's trading around those holidays. So, and also you just have to trade the front month, the most liquid contract. That's not a very hard rule to follow. Just, we're not trading contracts in 2019. We're trading right now contracts in 2018. So why is this important? Well, there's a couple reasons for every one of the rules that are imposed upon you. You should only be exposed to risk when you're able to get in and out of the market. When the market is closed, you shouldn't be in a position plainly put. Okay. A lot of things can happen when the market is closed. There's few rare circumstances where the market is closed and something crazy happens, but it does happen. And you want to be able to always get out of your position so you never put yourself in a position where your losses cannot be made up because the market has completely moved against you while it was closed. Like I said, that's very rare, but that you never want that to happen. Also, you need to know your product intimately, including when that market opens and closes. This is going to be your job if you want it to be, okay, if you make this happen. So that's phase 1. Phase 2, This is where we kind of put you in the more, it's called our scaling phase, right? So it's 2 lots, 3 lots, 5 lots. What does that mean? So you have a total of 5 lots that you can trade, right? Well, on phase 2, you have to trade for a minimum of 10 days. So it's basically you have to trade a minimum of 15 days. Phase 2, you have 2 lots that you start out with. Once you hit $1,500 in profits, you then move to 3 lots. Once you hit $3,000 or $2,000 in profits, then you can trade 5. And then once you're at $5,000 or $3,000 in profits, you just have to finish the minimum amount of trading days without breaking any rules, and you will be given a login to an account to trade $50,000. And that is basically when your trading career goes from being a hobby to a realistic way to make income. Now, if you can do this, the potential is there. The potential is there, and you do not have to dump your life savings into an account to figure out if this is right for you. Huge, okay? Absolutely huge. So as part of this program, we're going to be giving you guys private chat room access. This means a screen share. This means being able to ask questions. This means showing you exactly what's on my screen, okay? This means working with other like-minded individuals looking to achieve the same goal and helping you out as a support system. This means I got your back. Let me know what you need help with. We're going to load you up with paper trading access. Now, we're not going to just throw you into our test and be like, good luck. We're going to put you through the educational process, learning phase 1, the basics, learning phase 2, the strategies. We're going to give you a paper trading account. With that paper trading account, you're going to be able to dilly-dally around, learn how to place orders, learn how to execute, just to kind of test your feet in the waters before you begin the test. And then with that, we're going to provide you guys some charting software. Okay, we're going to provide you guys charting software. So some of you guys have charting software. Maybe you're in love with TradeStation. Maybe you love MT4. Maybe you look to do everything online. So you use a web-based browser like TradingView. I don't care, whatever you use. We use Thinkorswim. I think there's an awesome amount of tools that we're going to be able to provide with you with that software. So if you've never used Thinkorswim or are interested in trying something new, I got you back. All right. So basically what you're going to get today as part of this course, you're going to get our day trading course, our trend trading course, our level to level course, our mindset class, psychology class, risk management class, and analyzer, goal setting and habits class, private chat room access, paper trading access. This total real world value is $6,000. Okay, actually over that, but we're going to throw in a bonus. And this bonus is available here today. I'm going to actually ask Eric to come on, if Eric's on here, to tell you about this indicator. This is the only indicator he used. I don't use a whole bunch of indicators. Everything I use is price-based. This is called the divergence. And let Eric take it from here if he's on.
Hey, what's up, Jack?
Hey, man. How's it going?
Good. How about you?
Good. I just got to give a shout out to Eric, guys. Eric has a child due in 6 days, and that scares the living daylights out of me. So he's the man. Listen to what he's got to say, because you guys are going to want to get your hands on this right here. So I'll let you ride with that, Eric.
Scares you. Try being in my shoes.
Good.
But anyways, thanks for the introduction there, Jack. And thank everyone for being here tonight. Like Jack said, all like-minded people putting in the time. And I hope you guys are having a good time so far, enjoying what we are sharing. So as Jack already mentioned, my name is Eric Marcus. I'm one of your instructors here at MLT. And my favorite strategy is exactly what you see there on the screen. So hopefully you guys can see these red and green arrows on the chart for the S&P there in the bottom left. If you can see those, that's a good thing, because that is my divergence indicator. And this is what we're going to be gifting you guys as a bonus with this program. So what's the divergence indicator and why should you want it, right? That's the question on your mind at the moment. Well, those green and red arrows that you see are actually plotting in real time during the trading day and giving you an early warning sign that the market is potentially reaching a topping point or a bottoming point on the day. This Trade that you see here was actually from just a few days ago in the E-mini S&Ps. And I want to do some quick math with you guys. So Jack already went over, how much money you guys need to make, the profit goals there. Well, with the divergence indicator on this chart alone, there was a profit potential of about 16 to 18 points in the S&Ps. So that's worth about $800 to $900 worth of profit on a single contract in just one trading day. So the question is, would that help you in passing the combine? And if you ask me, I would say absolutely. And that's why we want to include it with this course. So I also threw up a quick screenshot there of a trade I took recently while spending some time in Nebraska with my wife. We were out there for about 3 weeks, and this was a $4,000 day trade that turned into a $7,000 trade the very next day, all using this strategy. So in my opinion, this strategy alone is enough to help you pass the combine and save you thousands of dollars. Absolutely, it is live, Jason, but thank you for asking. Anyways, with that, that's my spiel here with the divergence indicator. And with that being said, I'll turn it back over to Jack and let him take it away for you guys.
Well, thanks for explaining that. And guys, I have to say I am a little jealous because Eric and I have known each other, I think, like 7 years now. And it literally took him 2 years to give me this indicator. So you guys can get it here today. It took me 2 years to get it from him. So you're already one step ahead than I ever was. Bonus number 2, guys, lifetime access to our nightly videos in Morning Trade Plan. We're not here just for one time. We're here for your entire career. I want to put you guys in a situation where you come back to me, you let me know whether it's a year from now or 2 years from now or maybe 2 months from now that you've had the ability to move your life forward and change your life forward. And because I'm here training you, I'm going to provide as much access for the rest of your life. I want you to be on my team. So this is what we're going to include as part of this. This is a bonus. We're only going to include this for the first 10 students today because then we actually are going to have to close out this program and begin our first set of traders who are going to be going towards and working in this combine. So this is an awesome gift for us to you guys because we want you part of our team as long as possible. So this is a real world value of $2,999, guys. Absolutely insane. We haven't ever offered this before, but this is just really to help you guide through both the morning. What are we looking at? There's 2 videos that we do every single morning. What are we looking at? What should you be looking at? Some things that kind of hold your hand, because that's ideally my goal. Like I understand there's going to be some confusion. You're new to the markets. You need help. That's what we're here to provide you with, that help and the education that you need to get you through this process for the rest of your life. So even if you can't, trade tomorrow or trade next week, maybe you got some time later next month, you're going to be going through this. Bonus number 2, guys, we're also going to throw in our screen share. So you're going to be able to come in and look and see what we're doing, ask us questions on a day-to-day basis. We have multiple moderators. You're not going to only get my opinion. You're going to get Eric's opinion, Perry, Robert, Brian, Rob. Got a question during the day, drop it in the chat, but not only to me, but to the other MLT members from a desktop, from a laptop, a tablet, or even your smartphone. All of the technology we use is smartphone compatible, so you will have it at the tips of your fingertips at any point in time. Number 3 bonus, just to help you out, guys, we are going to be doing 3 mentoring sessions, one of which is going to be on Thursday. Like I said, we are ready to launch. This is for the first 10 students only, and then this program is then officially closed until we reopen it up maybe at a later date, which is to be determined. We are going to be walking you through, giving you an opportunity, number 1, review the course, come with us with any questions, something you're confused about, something you want more information on. Maybe you just want to express your gratitude, show up. These are going to be mentoring sessions with just these group of traders who are going into this next stage of their life where they're really presented with an incredible opportunity. This is everything you're going to need to help you pass that $50,000 combine on the first try. Okay, this is going to take up a lot of our time, but we care about your success. It is really important to me to make people successful. There's nothing more that I love than hearing from people who have taken courses and classes and seen that gratitude expressed back to me to let me know how much I've helped them change. So that is fantastic. So once again, what you're going to get with the bonuses here, you're going to get our MLT Pro Trader program. It's a $6,500 value. Eric's thrown in the divergence that took me 2 years to get from him, and I'm kind of jealous. And then we're going to throw in bonus action number 2, lifetime access to the trade plan nightly videos and the morning, and then the mentoring session. So we're talking $15,000 of value here, but do not fret. We have a fast action bonus, lifetime access to voice over IP instruction to us. So have something that's kind of hard to type, you can shoot us a voice over IP message. So you can shoot me a voice message and I'll be able to answer that through our Access Discord chat, which is just a software that we use. It's going to be super convenient. You're also going to get the bull and bear trend access for life. This is a scan I post every single day that gives me the uptrending and downtrending markets to keep your eye on the bull. What are you trading? What is moving up? What is moving down? I'm going to be posting these scans twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. So it doesn't matter if you're trading in the morning with me or in the evening with whoever's up in the middle of the night trading, maybe in Asia. But that's fine. We're always going to be posting that stuff. Once again, guys, that's another bonus. So over $18,000 of value here with everything we're throwing at you. And you can see really why it would be, for some people, a good deal at $10,000. And on our website right now, if you were to just go and buy it, we have it at a reasonable price, and it's incredible value. It's $1,999, and that's general public without all the bonuses that I've mentioned here today. But because you are here right now, on board with us right now, and we are looking to fill the last 10 spots before we close it, you are going to be able to get access to absolutely everything I just told about you, as well as the opportunity to become a fully funded trader with $50,000 in your account. No need to take your life savings and fund it. We are going to provide you the opportunity to learn and trade with us. Of course, you can. You're more than welcome to. I'm not going to restrict you from putting your own money in the account, but I'd like to provide you with this opportunity to use some OPM, other people's money. Now, this is not an everyday website. This is not an everyday website price, okay? You can get in right here, right now, the next 10 people for $997. You can use PayPal credit. What does that mean? Well, if you use PayPal credit, you can actually get in right here today for 0 money down and 0 interest for 6 months. So that means as long as you pay off the $997 over the next 6 months in installments of your own choice, whether you want to pay $200 a month or if you want to pay it all off 6 months from now when you get your bonus after Christmas, you can do that too. You can determine that. All you have to do, guys, is go to buythiscourse.com to join if you are ready to make the potential life-changing investment into our course. There is very limited spots. We are only accepting 10 traders, okay? You are going to save instantly off the top $1,000 here today because you showed up and you paid attention to what I have to offer. My goals for you guys is to help you start trading profitably every single day. That is my goal for you, to show you how to make a full-time income working from home, to help you achieve the $50,000 funded account with our partners, and to teach you the skills to make you an extra $3,000 to $5,000 a month that could potentially change your life. Now, we have a tale of 2 traders. We have frustrated Greg on the left, and I have my friend Josh on the right, who was the first kid I ever taught how to trade. He entered in a competition with 300 other traders, beat every single one of them, and received $150,000 from the partners we work with to trade. And that was, I think that was 2013. Let's see here. I think I have the date written down somewhere. But you need to go. Like I said, I got 10 spots, and I think people are rolling in right now, so I might not even have 10 left right now. www.buythiscourse.com. Go there right now, even if you don't plan on buying. Check out that webpage, guys. Just take a look at it, ponder it. This could potentially change your life. Now, I am nothing special, and I'm really not claiming to be. It took me years of trial and error to develop the MLT Pro trading strategies that you are getting today for a small investment. It also took me years of networking to be able to find a prop firm partner willing to back traders I teach at no extra cost to you. You can spend countless hours trying to learn to trade the hard way and countless hours saving up $50,000, reducing your current lifestyle, maybe putting off buying a home, or you can join right now at www.buythiscourse.com. Quote from my buddy Josh, "This is me and him on the floor. When I got him, well, I shouldn't say I got him. I trained him. He did it himself. He took it. He passed. He beat 300 traders in a trading competition, got $150,000 to trade." And this is a quote from him, and that's also on the floor. "When I was 19, I spent a few months watching Jack trade and learning from him. I was a college student with no money to get started, but I've been trading on Sim for months and felt confident. I signed up for a combine immediately. In a little over a month, I was trading 150 grand on a live account." That is a 100% true story. You now have two choices, guys. This is do it on your own, spend thousands of dollars of time and energy, and maybe you get it right, and not work with us, which is fine. I'm not going to be mad at you. You might be mad at yourself, but I won't be mad at you. You can save up $50,000 over the next 1 to 3 years. It might possibly take you longer. You can be a hobby trader. If you want to be a hobby trader, you can be a hobby trader. But if you want to have option number 2, which is starting with us today, and let me take you under my wing, I'm going to be putting in 100% to give my students every advantage for success. You need to get started right now because these spots are going quick. www.buythiscourse.com, best domain in the world. So schedule for the next 9 days. Step 1 has been launched, so you can go in and watch it. Step 2 has actually been launched as well. Step 3, we're launching on Friday. So this is your last opportunity to get in. This is the end of it, guys. We are going to be launching that lifetime access to the Discord chat where you're going to be able to ask us questions both in chat form as well as via voice over IP communication. And then my goal is by November 31st to get you funded with that account, okay? There's 3 steps to becoming a full-time trader, guys, simply broken down. Number 1, learn the basics of trading. Number 2, master the strategies of success. And number 3, get funded. Don't dump your life savings in an account with hope. Learn what it takes to become a prop trader, and let us help you do that. And let us help provide you and partner with our partners to give you really the opportunity of a lifetime. If you have an entrepreneurial spirit and the desire to start your own business as a day trader, and if you are extremely motivated and willing to put in the time to be successful, I am going to give you 100%, and I expect the same from you. This is so exciting. I'm super pumped. Our promise to you, the 10 students who join us today, will be my priority. My goal is to train these students to be profitable traders. My time is limited, so I only want to work with a limited number of students in our classes so I can provide each of you with the best possible training. Reminder, if you do sign up after this webinar, you might have to pay the full original price of $2,000. Okay, that's double what you're doing today. And I cannot guarantee that you are going to get the bonuses that I'm giving away here today because they are being taken right now as we speak. My time is limited. I cannot give this stuff away to everybody because I have to focus on the people who are willing to take the step, who are willing to make the commitment. The special webinar price and the 3 special bonuses will be removed once all 10 seats are filled. You have one last chance to get started at www.buythiscourse.com. Get started now. Check out the website. Like I said, even if you don't want to join, go to that website. Just debate it because you're not going to see something like this for a very long time, and it will be closed after 10 people sign up. All right, and that is the rest. I will take some questions. I see one here. If we pass the test, what % of gains do we keep on the real 50K? John, great question. You keep the first $5,000. Write yourself a check, pay off the course, maybe pay on your credit card or whatever you want to buy, or just save the money. After the first $5,000, it is a 80-20 split. 80% to you and 20% for the firm, which is an incredible, generous term. Okay, incredibly generous. Incredibly generous. Are all of the bonuses in the dashboard? They will be in the dashboard. We haven't released all of them right now, but they will be in the dashboard. They will be in the course. Can you make the combine on TradeStation? Yes, it does work with TradeStation. You can. Derek, good question. For tax years, do you issue a 10K? So we have equity partners in this deal, and they handle all that stuff. So to be honest, I don't have the answer to that question right now, Bill. But you will be an independent contractor of the proprietary trading firm. So the chat room is just like the current MLT room. So for the next month, it is going to be the same as the current MLT room. And then we are going to be switching over to a new software called Discord on October 1st. And the chat software will be different. We will have different chats for different topics. We'll have a Forex chat, a futures chat, an 8X chat. It's going to be really cool. I tried to join, but it was going to charge my card. How does the payment plan work? So I'll go to the website right now. By this course, I think Eric put up the offer, I believe. So, see, can you guys see this right here? Your picture might be looking different than mine. But basically, if you want to pay for PayPal, just go check out with PayPal. And then I'm not exactly sure what the steps are from there because I haven't used. Let me look right quick. Oh, yeah, I have to log in. Can't show you guys my login. Oh, I forgot my password. It won't let me log in because I am the account on this, so it won't actually let me log into PayPal, which is pretty funny, but because it's connected to my PayPal account. Anyways, yeah, so just all you have to do if you want to use the PayPal credit option, just go to the bottom of the page, check out with PayPal. You don't have to pay anything. Like I said, you can pay it off 6 months from now, so you can get started. I mean, I would imagine that somebody's even going to check out with PayPal. Could possibly have the opportunity to get funded, pay it off with the account, and never actually have to lay out a dime. I mean, that is a possibility that could happen. Yeah, you have to sign. Okay, you have to sign for PayPal credit. Okay, cool. Cool. That's what it is. All right, guys. So go ahead and just shoot your questions at me, guys. I'm super excited. I see we have like 6 people that have joined so far. Or wait, where is it? Let's see. Polls. 1 second. Oh, we have 7. Oh, no, never mind. We have yeah. No, they're just counting down right now. We've got about 5 spots left here, guys. But for everyone taking this opportunity, first of all, I've already seen a couple people say they've joined. Awesome. Congratulations. Signed up. Do you use dark pool orders to get the direction of the market before it happens? Absolutely not, Jason. Honestly, anybody spilling that is that's a bunch of bull snap. Excuse my French. That's a bunch of BS. Nobody's using dark pool orders on retail. So if you James, I'm not sure I understand your question. So I got your course to get the funded account figures. Yes. So we'll be doing a webinar on Thursday for everybody who signed up. We're going to be answering all your questions. If you're already a member of Major League Trading, just you should be able to log out, log back in. The course will be loaded on your dashboard in your course. Otherwise, you should see a what's it called? Should see an email from us. Check your spam, promotions, junk folder, etc. And let's see here. If you were having trouble buying, who's here having trouble with their orders? Because I saw a couple people say they're having trouble with their order. Yes, Jason, we do live webinars. Mike, if Cowboy Trader, yours went through nice. Daniel, you cannot trade in your course. However, I mean, this is just a completely different, we're offering people an incredibly different opportunity here. Follow the prompts for the PayPal credit, guys. Awesome, Steve. Well, like I said, anybody who wants to visit me in Costa Rica, feel free. Start looking at flights. I'm going to be down in the Santa Teresa area. If PayPal isn't working, just drop your email right here, guys. Drop your email right here, and we can send you a invoice, which then you can go in and pay with PayPal credit. Cool, John. Shoot me your email. PayPal option didn't work. All right, cool. I will have a invoice sent over to you in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Eric will shoot you a message right on here when he gets that sent over, and then you can just go through the prompts to use PayPal credit. John will take care of you. Farzan, if you would like to, once again, drop your email in just like John did, and we will do that. Thank you for your email. Make sure that email is actually tied to your PayPal. So just be clear. Log into your PayPal, and then just make sure that's the correct email. And if it is, great. If it's not, shoot it over. All right, guys, 3 spots left now. And I think one's John and Farzan complete. Oh, a couple more emails here. A different email address. PayPal didn't work, tried several times. Jason, I don't have a wife, but Eric does. She's busy taking care of a baby, though, so I'm not sure how much trading she's doing. I have a girlfriend that I plan on teaching how to trade while I'm in Costa Rica. So I'm actually going to put her through this program and then give her the same opportunity to get that $50,000. So that'll be pretty cool.
Do you plan on marrying her, Jack?
Whoa, hold on. I got to go, guys. Audio issues. Maybe, Eric, we'll just have to see. If the kid works out good for you, then maybe I'll have to tie her down. How about that? I kind of like to let Eric do everything first. Get married first, see how it works out. Then I let him, if he's gonna have a baby, if that works out, then maybe I'll do it.
Keeping your risk controlled.
It's risk control. Her dad suggested I sign a prenup. That's because he's in taxes, but not a personal recommendation, just a financial one. Okay, cool. John got the invoice. Nice. All right. And then Eric, you got all these emails people have thrown out here. If not, I can copy them over to you. Okay, all invoices. Yeah, there's something wrong with the way PayPal's been talking to us, but I do see that a couple of them are coming through. Alan, Alan, I see yours. John, I see yours. Eddie, yours has been sent. Clemberto, yours has been sent. Farzin, yours has been sent. Guys, just to be clear, we only have like 3 spots left, so I think we've sent 3 right there that have not been paid. So make sure you jump on that. Baby isn't out yet, Will. It's coming soon. Due date's the 17th, and then I think it'll be out by the 20th. So you guys are cracking me up. Well, first off, everyone who's joined right here today, you are taking the biggest leap of your trading career, and that's why I just want to say congratulations, number 1. I'm super excited. And number 2, get ready, man. Get ready. Get ready to rock. Yeah, Eric, as you can imagine, has been quite busy. Quite busy. Yeah, better get to sleep now because he's not going to be getting much soon. I do, Jason. How old are your kids, Will? October 2009. Right near the lows of the market. March. So let's see, October 2009. What do you got, like a 9-year-old? 8 and 6. Yeah, my math is off. How did she like that, Will? China, that's fine. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's super cool. All right, my friends. Looks like we are all ready to rock here. Like I said, you'll get your email here soon. It took 30,000 account right over. Woo! That's a run, man. 30 G's to $1 million. Woo! That's up there. Good for you. Yeah, Ron, I'm excited too. We haven't figured out yet, but we might actually do a computer giveaway to the first person who passes. First person who passes, we're going to give them a computer. So keep us updated with your progress. We're going to be talking about, what's working, what's not, going over everything. Mac Pro. Cool. All right, guys, any more questions before we kind of wrap this up here? I think there is, there's still those 3 spots left, those, I believe. So yeah, those invoices have been sent out. Make sure to sign up for them because pretty much it will be closed shortly thereafter. What kind of computer? Oh, we're not going to give away. We're giving away a desktop. We build them, custom built. What did you do before you became a trader? The last job I had before I worked as a trader was pizza delivery guy. Fantastic job. Yeah, I loved it. It was actually hilarious. A lot of good stories. Everything from cute ladies answering the door and, funny outfits to delivering to NFL players. And then a couple of people who try to get me drunk, but I'm like, hey, I got to drive. Here's your pizza. Let me go. I don't care about your party. Just trying out here, make a buck. If you guys have any questions, what you can do is just shoot an email, support@majorleaguetrading.com. Write that down, especially if you've already joined the course. Write that down. We'll take care of you. Answer your questions, etc. Trade safe, James. We'll see you in the room tomorrow. Awesome action today, dude. Awesome action. So cool. Nice, Jason. Not a bad gig either. Awesome, guys. Later. Everyone have a good one. Take care.